Para, para, para. Ladies and gentlemen, good day, good day. This is Garfield Wall with another episode of Rock the Mic. Let me warn you, grab a comfortable chair, grab a drink, and hold on, because this is gonna get wild. This one is gonna be very interesting. So before I introduce my guest, let me just try and pique your interest by bringing on something here, guys. Just take a look at this and see if you have any idea who my guest will be. Let's see here, guys.
In the tradition of the Harder They Come and Scarface comes this year's most highly anticipated gangster thriller.
Yo, spread the word. Top Shottas are back.
In Kingston, Jamaica, it was their fate to be born on the streets. But in Miami, it was their destiny to rule them.
Look who's back. Rascal. Got a message for you. Playtime is over.
From writer-director Cess Silvera. Shottas like you've never seen before.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome today, Mr. Cess Silvera. Mr. Silvera is really the producer of Jamaica hit show Shottas. Cess, welcome.
Wagwan Sarge.
Why not much, man? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I don't know him as Mr. Silvera. To me, he's silly. Silly, not for his nature, silly, short for Silvera, okay? So get that straight. So let me just give you some background, guys. We are boyhood friends. We grew up together. So, Cess, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
And let me tell you, Rock the Mic appreciates the fact that you could take time out of your busy schedule to come spend a little time with us. We know you're a very busy man, and we know you're highly sought after for interviews. So I feel, I don't know, to me it's a big catch just to have you sitting down with me.
Man, it's my pleasure. I honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't do interviews. But when I got the call that it was you and it's from you, I mean, there's no way I could have said anything else but yes.
Rotted people, you hear that? You hear that? The man decided, okay. Listen, man, thank you, buddy. Thank you. So, Cess, let's go from way back. Tell people where we started. Tell people how we started out.
Oh, man. We started out in a little place in Jamaica in the parish of St. Mary called Bailey'sville. You know, I was born and raised in Bailey'sville on a street called Church Street.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Born in a little 2-room blue board house. You know, and I went to my first school was Miss Joyce Basic School.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Then I attended Sunside Primary.
Sunside. Oh, okay.
Would walk from Bailey'sville all the way up the hill, go through Grace Street, and go down the hill, and go to Sunside barefoot. Right? and then after Sunside Primary, I leave Bailey'sville to go live with my father in Ocho Rios. My father and my stepmother, and I attended Ochi Primary, and from Ochi Primary I went to St. Mary's High.
You went to the
back in the parish.
You went to the you came back to the green and go.
I didn't want to go to York Castle or nothing else. I want to go to Mirzai. So
Okay.
I went to Mirzai and we take Victor bus or Mail bus or Honeybee.
Yeah. Okay. So what were your early years at Mirzai like?
My years in Mirzai was, man, I think it was mostly, for me, school was fun. For me, school was just fun. I go to school to get trouble. You know, so funny, my first day at St. Mary's, I got in a fight.
My God, Jesus.
I got in a fight.
Did you win or lose?
I win, but guess what? Guess what happened too? Guess who? And me and this person became lifelong friends. Up until today, we're friends. I got, the person I was getting this fight, and with I think it was a guy in third form. Back then I was a grub. That's what they call him back then.
Grub, yeah, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? My boy come and tell me to fit me nose between him. If you not move from that, so you say, brother, you know. So me and him start fight, man, and Pudgy. You remember Pudgy?
Gillette.
Jaji came to my rescue. You know them time that Jaji a bad boy.
Yeah, man.
Jaji came to my rescue and put it running away and say, yo, where from where I say hello to you. And from them time, me and Jaji become friends. Years later, I run into Jaji. I will let him tell that story another time, but it's a funny story. But I run into him in a little situation in Miami. This was like probably around 1987, 88. You know, and when the situation calmed down, him look for me. I didn't even recognize him either because at the time, you know, him have him long locks to and all. And look at him say, yo, brother, come now. I go for three, man. First, you know, the kind of figure say me know him, and when he come over, I'm like, and then it click. Right before he click with him, he click with me. I said, yo, Pudgy this. I said, so when we walk up, I said, Pudgy? And he said, yo, Silvera.
Yeah, man, I said.
So, and we start laughing about the world because it was a kind of situation when witness, you know? And then me and him start laugh, and ever since me and Pudgy become
tight.
Tight from ever since then, yeah.
Yeah, man, so in Baileyville, what was life like? Tell me what life was like here in the Vale.
Man, the Vale was rough because, to be honest with you, you know there's a lot of poverty in Baileyville. But at the same time, I even feel like, as poor as Baileyville was, I feel like my family was the poorest in Baileyville. For real, that's how I really feel.
All right.
Yeah, you know, I come from a family. My mom, when she had me, she was a teenage mother, and she had another son before me.
Okay.
And then after that, I guess we can't remember, every time she missing for a while, she come in with a baby, with a sister or a brother. She's like, yo, you know. So we had, you know, 5 brothers and sisters, you know. We're really 6. One died at right after birth.
Oh, okay.
You know? And it was rough, but we lived with our grandmother. My grandmother, Bugsy, who's the matriarch of the family, you know. My grandmother, little lady, you know, one eye. She lost the eye in a fight before I was born. So, you know, probably that's where we get the fire from.
No fight.
Yeah, you know, lost her in a fight, and she was little lady. She had 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, and my mother was the youngest. And she had this piece of land, you know, and then everybody, she just give a piece of the land to each of her kids. So it's like a big family. Everybody live on the same piece of land.
Yeah, family compound
like 4 houses on a piece of land. So, and big family. We have like friggin' 30-something cousins because we have one uncle. I don't know if you remember Nathan, who had a shop out of the
man. Yeah. What's going on, eh?
Him have like 17 kids.
Am I used to play ball around with weed butt?
Yeah, weed butt. Yeah, weed butt.
Weed butt that.
All of them. Yeah, weed butt that.
Yeah, man.
So it was rough, man. I mean, but it was so rough that we didn't know any better. You know, it was what it was. So, but we had fun. We enjoyed.
Oh my God, man!
As a family, I can tell you about Sunside Primary. We used to walk the Sunside Primary, no shoes, no nothing. And then we were like me and Weed, but we were the younger ones in the family. All right. Then you have the older set, like you have my older brother Badness.
Yeah, my Badness.
And then you have my cousin Mackie and Max and all of them. They were the older ones. So what we would do, we would get lunch money, we would throw lunch money together. And we got Miss Rini, this Indian lady of a shop across on Santini and Miss Rini. We got Miss Rini during lunchtime and put the money together and buy like a whole loaf of bread and like 2 tin mackerel, the tin boom them. And we would, that's what we would have for lunch. But Badness, being the oldest one, we used to wonder why it always like a half of bread we get. When it cut off half of the bread and one will of the mackerel and keep that to himself, and we like 7 we have to share half. Yeah, so
that was badness,
man. After we create some hell about it, we decided to no man, I'm muting you for go on. We're not allow this. Make the thing run the right way.
Oh.
So we had some rough times, man. I've seen my mom went through a lot of situation, and that was one of the reasons why she decided to make a deal with my father. And at 8 years old, she gave me up. She gave me to my dad to go live with him, just for me to have a chance at a better life.
A better life, right? Yeah. And from what I remember, you were exposed to a better life because your dad was. I don't know if you to talk about it.
Successful. My dad was very big in the Jamaica public service. He had a big position. And he was well respected and all of that. So it was a total different. I'm coming from this 2-room, not 2-bedroom, 2-room board house with my mom, my brothers and sister, and then I moved into this. I think it was either 9 or 10 bedroom, house, bedroom, not room, no bedroom. 2-story house, secluded neighborhood. You know what I mean? I come from walking barefoot where me can't go out the door without shoes and without, that's the first time I ever seen a flush toilet. Yeah, that's the first time I ever seen a flush toilet. That's the first time I ever seen a telephone, in a house, and and to getting picked up at your gate to go to school. And all of that. But the crazy thing, I got to tell the story before I even go further into the story. At 8 years old, and it comes full circle because right now, I'm living right now in this movie business where I sell a lot of screenplays. I write and sell, movies and stuff like that to different people in Hollywood and all that.
Yeah,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't learn to spell my name, Sarge, until I was 8 years old. Because all these times when I was in St. Mary, and that's one of the main reasons why my mom gave me away, because I said gave me away. She don't like when I say that, but yeah, a lot of things I feel like she gave me away. And me and her didn't even address that until I was almost 30 years old.
Wow.
So I really let her know how much animosity I held against her for giving me away.
Oh, jeez, man. Oh,
yeah,
wow. That's deep.
So here we go with these childhood issues, that we have to address. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
So, She gave me to him for one main reason. She wanted me to learn to read because she herself couldn't read.
Couldn't read all that.
So she and how I know that I couldn't read was when I get to my dad. My dad was away because prior to my dad had worked at JPS, then him leave and he become electrical engineer on this. You remember the bauxite boat them?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was big in Jamaica.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
So he would become head electrical engineer on this bauxite boat, and he would be gone for months at a time. So at the time when my mother, through a conspiracy with my mother, who found out, because my dad didn't even, I don't even know if he cared that he had a child or anything, but my grandmother heard at the Port Maria market, that's his mother, that he had a child in Bailey'sville.
Oh, okay.
Right? So she did her research, find my mother, and Jamaica back then, all of them have come and look on the baby and see the baby look like
no
DNA test. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I guess apparently I passed the eye test and tell her son that, hey, you have a child, you need to come claim your son. So apparently it took him a while to come check out the child. When he came to Bailey'sville, Church Street, story told to me that my grandmother Bugsy chased him out of the yard with a pot of hot water for burn him up. It take too long to come with a needle man to go on.
Yeah, okay.
So he made and my grandmother, his mother, revisit my mother and tell her, I said, listen, we got to get this child out of here. But my other grandmother, Bugsy, said, over my dead body. You know, because she too, my grandmother can't read either, can't read and write either. She don't really understand the importance of an education. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and not to put my brother out there, but my older brother, badness, he can't read and write either, couldn't. So I was living in a situation of straight illiteracy.
Illiteracy, right.
There was nobody, bro. For real. Now that I look back at it, it was something to behold. You know, here come a set of people that nobody could read. I'm talking about read. I mean, bro, can't spell your name.
Yeah, man, I understand.
How I found that out was my dad. When he came off the ship, come home at the time now, because I went to his house. My grandmother took me away, really like kidnapping. Come kidnap me from Bugsy with my mother help and conspire and kidnap me and drive me to Ochi in a minibus, take me to my stepmother, because at the time my father was out at sea. So she have me when my father finally come home, like probably a couple months after. First thing the man do, Sarge, you remember these reading blocks that have the alphabets on it?
Yes. No,
was spell out my entire name with the block. I remember vividly. At this age, he spell out my name, my full name with the blocks, and asked me, what is it? At 8 years old, I didn't know what it was.
You didn't know.
And I've witnessed the man, I've witnessed tears just start run down his face.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the first time I've ever seen, probably that's the first and the last time I've ever seen him showing
him cry
toward me. So I'm wondering, you know, even now, I need to ask him about it, because I made him cool now. I'm like, what was going through your head at the time? Because I can just imagine, he's like, damn, my son don't even know his name.
Okay.
I don't know if it was guilt. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, but yeah, it fucked him up, you know. And so that was the main thing, man. To answer, so the main thing, Bailey's Day, but other than that, Bailey's Day was fun.
Fun.
Me and my crew, me, your brother Al Walla, Mickey, Polygon,
Yellow Man,
Shaba,
Yellow Man, and all of
that. Who else?
In my mouth.
Rocksteady, you remember Rocksteady?
Yeah, Rocksteady.
They stabbed Rocksteady and kill him. And Rocksteady. Who else was in the crew? Lucky,
yeah, you can't leave Lucky, man.
Lucky.
Yeah, that was
when I'm talking about, we have fun in Bailey's, because you remember this dumb man that used to be up Brimall that used to ride the horse?
Yeah, man, dummy. Alright, hold on. Before this interview break out now, all this reminiscing. Let's go back. Okay, Mirzai. I gather you didn't finish Mirzai, right?
Oh yeah.
And it I don't know if you can talk about that story with Mr. Cargill and your dad again.
All right. So Mirzai. So I'm at Mirzai. First farm. All right. Second farm. And for some reason, bro, the school just was not for me. You know, some kids, school is not for them. School for me was the girls.
Oh.
And just you know, and back then we didn't have no real like recreational stuff for kids other than woodwork and stuff like that and home economics, and I didn't have no interest in none of that. You know, I don't remember if we had a music program at Mirzai, did we?
Yeah, we'd have a music thing where
we
just go sing. Yeah.
The music I remember is people like Tiller and all them guys when we used to have school concert and you know, used to DJ and anything like that. And when we look for like sports day now for Marymount, you know, all the Marymount girls there. You know? Bro, I got Marymount, bro. Sister catch me one time, red eye.
Hey,
that's another story.
Careful don't talk about Marymount, because remember my wife is from Marymount, so I don't want to catch on here, sir.
Marymount girls, I'm not easy here, sir. So you know, we used to spend a lot of my time. I used to work, because I think when I come to Mirzai, I think you was probably in your last year. You're an Eggy guy and all them guys.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You Eggy guy. Who else? Peony,
Mango, and all them guys.
and all them guys. The Ellis, them, you remember, now.
Yeah, man. Gerald Ellis, Ugly Ellis.
Yeah, Ugly Ellis, Ugly Ellis. Yeah. So we were younger, but you guys were like our hero, bro. Because we used to come watch. I mean, I think we had one of the best football teams at some point ever in Jamaica as a high school. Because you guys were something else. And we used to come watch. Then we have the track and field. We have Jackie Pusey.
Mm-hmm.
We have all them guys. We have who was the football coach him again? Beckford. Remember him again? PZ.
No, PZ. Our coach was Mr. Reed.
Mr. Reed. What Beckford? What we call you Scott Beckford again?
Which one is Beckford again? I can't remember.
Beckford, man. Remember, my sister was a PE teacher and he was a PE teacher too.
Oh yeah, man. That's PZ.
A PZ that, right?
Yeah, that's PZ. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then we used to spend most of my time down at Jat Time. You remember Jat Time?
Yeah, man, Jat Time shop there, man.
Jat Time, but me first knows the Rasta thing, me that got walk because Jat Time don't indoctrinate me from a little boy.
From a little boy. Jat Time was cool, man.
A lot of time down at Jat Time and hang out and, go eat a couple egg sandwich up at Delhi. Delhi used to do the egg and all them thing there. And go up on Mr. Abaga Rab 2 comic and all that.
Oh my God. Yeah, so
when I get to third form, at the end of third form year, Mr. Cargill called me in his office because I guess he get a whole heap of report from me and why you come? You remember Mr. Levy, the vice principal?
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't come from Free Lodge, I'm up there.
Yeah, yes, real. Mm-hmm.
So Levy try to cane me one day, I'm say, yeah, that man go cane your mama. Yeah. And me I say, yo, you can't lick me with no cane. I go fight you if you lick me with no cane. And so anyhow, with that and some other thing, I was sent to Mr. Cargill's office. Mr. Cargill sent him a letter and said I will not be accepted back in school without a parent for the next school year, September. So I gave it took me a minute still, like a couple of weeks in the summer, I hold on to it, I give it to my stepmother and say, yo, we get a letter, yeah. Me and my stepmother never get along. We have a real crazy relationship. And at the time now, she and my father was going through some things, and my father had spent most of the time at Spanish Town. Because, that's why after him be at a Spanish Town or with JPS and all them thing there. So, anyhow, long story short, she never tell my father about it, and I found out about my father probably around 4 or 5 years ago. Me and him have that discussion. I asked him straight up, do you know why I never finished high school? And him said no. And I tell him. And him asked my stepmother about it. And she literally said, I don't remember that story.
She didn't remember.
I'm like, it's kind of crazy. Or you have a teenager in your house, your other kids them get ready going to school every morning, I mean I go to school. Something must wrong there, sir. You're not telling me to go to school. You're not finding out what's going on.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. So anyhow, when my father finally him come around, because them that got through them, I get ready for breakup. Man, that was the happiest breakup. I was so happy.
Oh, come on, Jesus Christ.
Anyhow, he like, yo, why you not in school? And now I'm telling him because if me tell him the truth, my phone one of the house. Mm-hmm. So it's another, when him leave now, it's hell me I go through, you know what I mean?
You go through it, yeah, true. I understand.
I really tell him the truth. So I take this emotional abuse and everything with him. I say, yo, all right, brother. All right, you're not going to school? Boom, boom, boom. You have to leave out of my house. So I just say, well, all right, Bail Israel.
Back to Bail. Mm-hmm.
So I just pack a few things and back to Bail Israel.
I'm back to Vail, all right.
I'm back to Vail, and I've never been back to a classroom since then.
All right, no. Let's fast forward. Over to the U.S. Now. What year was that?
All right, so check it. All this time that I'm in Bail Israel, all this time going to Mirza, I had a visa. Mm-hmm. Because back then in Jamaica, when your family in a position of power, the whole family, easy to get visa and everything there. So that whole time I had a 10-year multiple visa. All right? Now, fast forward, my stepmother and my dad break up totally. Him leave her destitute, not destitute, but leave her mash up emotionally. With another woman. Again, I was happy, you know. Every time she hurt, I was happy about it, you know.
You're cool.
Yeah. So, you know, I would hear her across the fence, I talk to the neighbors, and we would just celebrate because I could hear the pain in her voice, you know. But that's the thing about it, bro. You have to be careful how you treat children because, you know what I'm saying? You create this animosity where, you know, she there was a thing, let me tell you something. My stepmother, the entire time, she have 2 kids that were not my father's. I'm my father's first child.
Okay.
All right? So there are 4 children in the house. It's my older stepbrother, which is her child, and then me, I would be the second. And then she have a daughter who would be the third. But her and then the 4th child is between her, the last child is between her and my dad.
Okay.
Right? So he's the only one that claimed both parents, my younger brother.
Younger brother.
This entire time when my stepmom would go out with us, she would introduce us to people. Oh, this is my son, Ian. This is my daughter, Janet. This is my son, Mark. And that's my husband's son.
Yeah, the old cast.
Never, and again, real talk again, it's a colorism thing because my stepmom is real light skinned with gray hazel eyes and everything. That's the first woman, that's the first person. I never heard the word nigger before. She's the first person. Use the word old nigger to me. And she would curse my mom that why she take up these crosses of taking this fucking black woman kid and all that type of shit.
Oh my God.
That's the type of shit that I would hear her say. So you can understand. So people, viewers understand. I didn't just dislike her because of no reason. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot, you know. So these things create me to have this animosity toward her until, you know, one day she try a thing with me too also. And she'd a high hand with a closed iron and I just pick up the iron and just put it in her chest and run out of the house. And
left.
you know, because we can only take for so much, you know. So anyhow, I have this visa. We all had visa. When my father and her broke up, she packed her 3 kids up off to America, off to New York.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? By this time now, I was in Baylessville because, you know, me and my father got through the little thing and in terms said, if you leave, if I don't go to school. So I'm in Baylessville when she pack up and leave. Leave this big fucking house, bro. Excuse my language, right? Leave this big house. And my grandmother, which is my father's mother, she was kind of losing her sight at the time. So my father moved her into the house.
Okay.
And he had like a lady, somebody to help her, you know.
To help her, okay.
Here's my grandmother who turned out to, you know, so funny, Sarge. My grandmother, man, me and her even have some little animosity too because here she is, she the one that kidnapped me and took me to this environment. You know what I'm saying? I kind of blame her for that. And then she was a snitch because every little thing you do, she was going to tell me stepmother. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do that. You know the result. You know what I go on. I'm near your blood, near your flesh and blood.
Yes.
You're supposed to defend me. And you know what I'm saying? Like how my grandmother Bugsy would do.
Right.
How Bugsy treat me. And she was a total opposite to the snitch for me and tell, and then you're gone. She snitched to my stepmother. Then my stepmother snitched to my father. And then my father you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, that's not even cool. So anyhow, bro, you know, I'm rambling. But I had the visa. They leaving this house. So when I find out the house is empty now with just my grandmother, he tell Al and Polygon and the whole of them say, yo, man, come back and watch it. No, my visa was expired. Back up. My visa was expired. Never used it for the 10 years I had it. That one time. So Al and Polygon and the whole of them said, brother, you have a visa, we're not going to renew it. I said, brother, we're not going to America, renew it for. You know, so my stepmother gone, everybody gone, and my father shack up a Spanish town with new family and all them things there, you know. So them said, nah man, go renew it. So Al, your brother Al, man, they really forced me. And Shabba, I jumped in this van that Shabba father used to drive, you know, when he used to work around the farm on that road.
Yep.
Yeah, Lawrence farm around there.
Right.
Them dropped me off at Oxford Road. Boom, I got embassy, walk right in, and the lady was like, "You had a visa, 10-year visa, you never used it?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I was busy with school."
Busy with school, huh?
So, boom, they renew it. Another 10 years. Another 10 years. So now I have my visa now. So here what now, when we leave St. Mary now. After I go back to Bill's, I'm sure, me show up my passport to all them and everything. Yo, me get it back and everything. Everybody happy. Boom, boom, boom. So my mother now, she never wanted me to come back to Bill's here. Because she like, you leave, you should have never come back.
Never come back.
Nothing here for you, So she went to my uncle Nathan, who have the shop, right?
Yep.
Listen, silly having visa and I don't have the money and I have to see if you can sponsor my ticket because some of people in Miami can go to, if you can sponsor my ticket to go and look for my mother and say, brother, I wish Ross America. Make you stung him right all the time.
Go with the bossing plan, right?
By now, you're supposed to figure me out. By now, say, I'll know. I'll know. Almost 40 years later, I go to Jamaica, I never carry a pair of shoes for him. I take care of kids, my son Eddie died, I go to Jamaica, I bury him. I have a son Devon, I bury them, I do everything with him wife, Miss Cutie. I take everybody, I take care. Him?
No.
None. Yeah, my mother talk about that still. She cannot believe that our big brother who had the money at the time, at the time, I think the plane was like $800. And if me tell you what me don't forget that the money come America, man, that's another story that I'm not gonna leave that this stuff. But I end up coming to America.
Wait, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we are speaking to Cess Silvera, known as Silly, producer of the hit movie Shottas. We're having a great time here, guys. If you're just joining us, please remember, click subscribe and like and share this video. Yes, so fast forward now. You're in the US. Let's hear what happened.
Man, it was a wild ride. Cause now I came to the US and I'm coming to the people that I came to a bunch of wolves. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a couple of friends that migrated before me from Ochi, right? And they come to America and there was like heavy in the streets, right? So I got a little job at this little convenience store, working through the drive-through thing, and it was like a scene out of Scarface. One of my brethren come check me every day. The man I drive Mercedes, SEL and Toyota Supra when the Supra them first came out, and Volvo Turbo, and had on his Rolex watch, and oh yeah, the man just come to America like 2 years before me, and every day this man will make this business for like around 2 weeks. I pull up to the window at the drive-through, and even the lady that owned the store used to say to me, "Let that boy stop coming around." I could look at him and tell her, "There's trouble. If he keep coming around here, I'm gonna have to fire you." So me keep telling to your brother, "You're making me lose my job." So here I am. First I came to America with $80 in my pocket. $80. $80 US dollars. I got that job through a little connection, a distant relative who said at his house when I first came to America. He said I could stay at his house, and then when I show up the Sunday night when I show up in America, he happened to have 2 daughters my same age. And you can't stay at my house.
You can't put pussy much butter, man.
So you listen, go and lick the couch tonight. And then tomorrow I'm not gonna help you find a place. And the man find a little spot and a little house down. At the time I came to Fort Lauderdale. I didn't come to Miami initially.
Okay.
So at this place and this Sistrong Boulevard and this road called State Road. Now, 1984, brother. Crack cocaine was
king.
You know what I mean? So I got this room for $50 a week in this, back into a board house, brother. I come to America, I leave board house at Jamaica.
Board house.
And a board house. America. That's not what I like in America. You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh God.
I got this Haitian roommate, light skinned Haitian, almost white.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first black man I ever met that hate black people. You know what I'm saying? He don't like nothing black. And then I'm like, so yo, how you my roommate say? You say you not. But come to find out, it wasn't black people he like. It was black Americans he didn't like.
Oh, okay.
Because him separating like, no, you not like them. You Jamaican and I'm Haitian. We different. I could never make that distinction, but you know, him justified in my head. You know what I mean? And we would sleep on the floor. On the floor just because of the amount of gunshots that's going off and the trafficking. I'm talking about we right here, our room, my room is right by the fence, and outside is like line of cars, people just coming to and crack. I'm talking about it was 24-hour type thing, Skid Row, you know. So anyhow, I got that job. Guess how much a job pay me?
How much?
$80 a week.
80, and you have to pay 50 a week.
And so I come with 80 in my pocket, get a job for 80, and I have to pay 50 a week. All right. I have to catch the bus. But an old lady that used to work at the store, she teach me how to get grocery, how not to ring up everything, so we can beat the cash register. So they teach me how to do that, so now we can get grocery for free. Now, out of the what's probably cost me like probably not even close to $10 a week, right? Because I didn't live that far from the place. But out of that, out of $30, I make sure every week I send $20 through Western Union to my mother. Every week. You know, I mean, without fail, because I had my little sister at the time, you know, she was going to Port Mary Primary. So I have to help out my mom with her and all of that. And, you know, so she was my responsibility. Right up to
that was good, man.
Right up. And then she ended up becoming an economist for Jamaica and all of that. So, you know, I'm like her. Her father died when she was young because we have a different father. And, you know, she became like my responsibility. So, yeah, so I came to America. So my friend will tell you with these cars and this thing. It's like a scene. You remember the scene in Scarface? When Scarface quit his job in the restaurant?
Yeah, Tony, right?
When Tony Montana quit his job, it's the same thing. So this guy come visit me, and then I said, brother, I just come to America for do. And I said, nah, man, I have plan, man. I go back to school. And I go get and a virgin offer me a job for the roofing. And I tell him, say, brother, I'm going to get a roof. He said, brother, you know hot up on the roof there, car and all that thing there. You know? He said, yeah, come America. I said, yeah, man, I go do that, man. And man, haunt me, brother, and come and so one day when him show up now, by this time I was learning to rob the cash register, how to be cash register, me end up by a Volkswagen Scirocco. You remember them car there?
Yeah, man, Scirocco, yeah. They look slick.
Right?
So they look slick.
The register, I'm put on some inky wheels, I'm putting a stereo system and
Jesus.
You know? Yeah, so me kind of that.
Your
So
style.
now, you can't tell my boss that I wasn't doing illegal shit. She was like, where you get money from to buy a car? And you know, I told you cannot be doing that stuff and working here. Me say, me don't to tell her, I say, yo, I your money, may I wrap it up.
Oh, God. Oh, my Lord, silly.
I can't tell her because I swear to God, all that car, at the time, I didn't have a driver's license. Some Arab dude down and his trunk and say, yo, bring your money, come. You never have no license, and then just sell me the car. I drive that car for like a year without no driver's license. All right. So anyhow, so when Bridget come now and show up that last day, she come out there and she raised hell. She approached him now. Damn, that's a bad move for her. Wrong person she approach. I mean, I pray to God, say, boy, I hope you don't really get off on her and say the wrong thing or you know what I mean? I'm really gonna lose my job now. So she said, don't come back here. Come back here, I'm gonna call the police. And then she said to me too, you let him come back here too, I'm gonna call the police on you. I'm like, listen, start thinking I'm not saying really. So I'm just looking at her straight to that Scarface and say, yeah, me quit.
Quit.
She said, you quit? I said, I quit. And I swear to God, I said this to her, bro. I kid you not. I'm gonna look about my investment. I swear, Sarge. Swear, jumping on my Scirocco and drive behind my brethren and drive back to Miami and behind him, and the rest was history, bro. And hit the streets, and did a lot of shit I regret, getting a lot of trouble, and a lot of situations that I wish didn't. I wish I knew different, but that's what happened when you have misguided young men. Because if I come to America, at the time when I had people who realized my talent at a young age.
Right. Okay.
Because I've been writing these things that I thought were screenplays long time ago. I remember in Jamaica, under a guinea tree, across from my house, the big house from my father's house. After one day beat me and all of that, I write the entire script of how I kill the entire family.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I wrote a whole script. I am in there and everything, and the only person me that go save him, my little brother, but let me say if me save him, he might go snitch for me, so me not.
Oh my God! All right, what are those things? So let's come to know Shottas. Like you say, you started writing screenplays from you were young, okay? Now, did you get any schooling in film production and that?
I've never been, like I said to you, I've never been back in a classroom.
Never been back in a classroom.
Formality since Mary's Eye, all right? But I got into a little situation. When I was in that situation, when I was fighting that situation, it came to me that there is something else I can do with my life, right? And I kind of had my first son, and I was like, man, I don't want to be a statistic. I don't want to be one of them guys where you either end up in prison or dead. And is that the legacy I want to leave for my son?
Okay.
And it dawned on me that no, I don't want that. So anyhow, long story short, when that situation turned out into my favor, and I was like, all right, I got to find something else that I want to do, something else that I'm good at. And it just keep coming back to me that, yo, you need to get into the movie business. I was a movie buff. I used to watch a lot of movies. I used to watch all the John Woo, Better Tomorrow, Hardcore, all the gangster stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sergio Leone. You know what I'm saying? Fistful of Dollar, Once Upon a Time in the West, and
spaghetti western.
Yeah.
So, all right, so hold on. Since Jamaica didn't have a history of movie production, what the heck made you think that you could do it?
I don't know if I can answer that question, to be honest with you, because you're so funny enough. I only been in Jamaica. I've probably been to the movie theater 3 times. First movie I've ever seen in a movie theater was you remember Lyric? That's
Lyric theater. Yeah, man.
I went there to see as a little boy. Me and Badness and a couple of went to see Harder They Come.
Harder They Come, okay.
When it first came out, right? Harder They Come, and I was like, wow. I was like, but I was really entertained by that movie. But I mean, I can't say I was inspired to go do movies after that. And then I went to see in Ochi, the movie theater Ochi. I went to see, which was this movie called Piranha, and another one I think called Countryman.
Oh, okay.
Countryman. A Smart Orange. I remember.
I was just asking Smart Orange. Yeah.
Those were the only movies that I ever seen in a movie theater.
What?
Came to America, I get.
Wait. So we let them say I'll Enter the Dragon and one kickers.
All them Bruce Lee movie? No.
Man, you don't know what you missed, man.
I catch up on those later.
Oh, you catch up on those later?
Yeah, later. No, I watch them. I catch up on those later, but in Jamaica, no.
Okay.
I remember, go back to Bailey'sville. When I was in Bailey'sville, in Church Street, when I was there, only one person in Church Street have a TV. And you remember Miss Dara?
Yeah, man.
Soldier Nooney?
Yeah.
Miss Dara and Nooney, they had a TV, a black and white television. And let me tell you something. When the Lone Ranger,
yep. Bonanza. High Chaparral.
It was like, I'm looking at it was a movie theater. And the neighborhood was so friggin'. Everybody was on Miss Dar veranda.
All right. So, let me ask you. The writing of Shottas, how long did it take you?
Oh shit! I think I wrote that script in 3 days.
3 days. 3 days.
3 days.
All right. So when you wrote that script, now, Who took it and say reviewed it or revised it?
All right, let me tell you that story. So happened that when my situation that I told you about that worked out in my favor, like not long after that, all right, I was at one of my other brethren house, and I used to hang out with him a lot, but him still kind of not solid. He was not.
Yeah.
I'm still not a solid person, to be honest with you. But he wasn't really a solid guy. But you know how far you're gonna allow somebody else's bullshit to infiltrate into your existence.
The influencer.
I feel like I can control that, right? So while me and him there one day, I know a brethren come checking. And the brethren, I wasn't there, but I left my laptop. And I had a laptop. He stood another store. That laptop was another store because I stole that laptop or the Def Jam or the office of Def Jam Records. All right, like a couple years before that, right? So that laptop was on the table, and him so kind of curiously asked my other brother, "Whose laptop that?" The brother said, "Yeah, man, my brother, one man." And he said, "So what I think I've done it?" So apparently, I left a script open on the computer.
Oh, okay.
And he started reading the script out of curiosity. And then he asked my brother, "What that?" And my brother said, "Yeah, man, my brother, man, I'm writing screenplays and all them things, man. I'm writing movie." And my brother said, "Really? Movie?" And he said, "Yeah." Now, my brethren, the brethren at the time was 2 years older than me, right? So he said, "I've never met a Jamaican who into movies. Every Jamaican I meet music, them want to do a concert, promote, and I'm saying, "Yo, man, I like to talk to your brethren, Some brethren called me. So, "Yo, I have a brethren want to meet, So right then I asked him, "What you brethren? Your brethren, because you have to say that a solid meet,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My brethren want to talk to you about some movie thing, man. And so I rally back, and the brethren start talking. Man, the brethren talk, and make me know who him is and everything. And I tell him, and yo, I've never spoken to another person who was more passionate about filmmaking than I was.
And he was.
The man went into his car, the trunk of his car, and pulled out a photo album,
Yeah.
Photo album and showed me reams of photographs of him visiting by himself, visiting every movie lot in Hollywood,
Wow.
Los Angeles. Taking signs, pictures of the Hollywood sign, and because one day he dreamed to be in the filmmaking business.
In the filmmaking, okay.
And when he showed me that, I was like, wow, and his passion for it, So you really, really write script, brethren? He said, "Yeah." He said, "Brethren, why am I wishing me don't to do that?" So yeah, man, I'm gonna do it, man. And he said, "How long it take to write that script?" I said, "Left up to the subject matter, So anyhow, he said, "So I have an idea." He said, "What idea?" So I have an idea, man. I want to write that script, man. So I've been telling this for 20 years almost. That Shottas was not my idea. You understand?
Shottas was not.
Shottas was not my idea.
So this guy, was he Jamaican or American?
He wasn't American. He's an American.
He's American.
And he wasn't American. We all were in America. So he's like, "I have this idea. Reggie, we need to tell a real gangster story, and show Jamaica and really do it, because you have them crazy moving them come at Jamaica, come do what you have Steven Seagal beat.
Steven Seagal,
PR face, when the brother named Crew face with him, Obia thing and all. And man, truthfully vexed, but the kind of portrayal of the movie thing, what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He said, "There has not been a good Jamaican movie since Arabic come, brethren. We need to show yard, man, and really do it American." Boom, boom, boom. And start telling me, so God bless the dead brother. It's like I call him my brother. We call him father. All right? He passed away now, right? So, one of the biggest loss I ever have in my life, right? So, and I've lost some people. I lost, next to my grandmother, he's the biggest loss I ever have in my life.
You ever had, okay.
Yeah, my grandmother Bugsy. Next to my grandmother Bugsy, he is. So anyhow, so this man sit down, Sarge, and tell me this whole story about 3 friends and them come American, them getting like this and that. But he didn't really know how to articulate the characters and what,
Okay.
You just have this general idea.
This is a big idea.
Yeah, and he must say, "Reggie, you think you can write that?" And I say, "You know what, brother, tell the truth, I'm not interested in that." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Brother, I try if you do something we can win all two Oscar and all that. You know, I try this one.
All right. Wait, hold on. So at that point, can you name me a few other directors who sort of influence you? Whose movies you wanted to pattern?
Like I said, I love the gangster movies at the time. I love the spaghetti westerns from Sergio Leone. All right, I love the because I'm probably a foreigner. I love the foreign directors like John Woo, you know, from all of that. But my favorite director of all time is Martin Scorsese.
Scorsese, okay.
Right. So I love all of Martin Scorsese's movies. You know what I mean? So from Raging Bull to Mean Street, you know what I'm saying? All them joints. So I see how Martin Scorsese career kind of transcend and start making other things where, you know, after worthy type, you know, good stuff. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that shit called Shottas, brother.
Yeah.
Wow, there's something where, you know, where we can even get some awards and all and things like that.
Wait, so your friend came up with the name Shottas too?
Everything, brother. Yes. Yeah. So the man said to me, father said to me, yo, says a joke can't make money. Afraid, man. You can't write the thing, man. But now he might challenge me.
Yeah, so now you have to rise to the challenge.
Oh, you brag about this man and this man I can't write all of it. So, you know what I mean? So I said, what brother I do? I test him really, I test him. You know?
You take the bait.
Vietnam. So I said to him, all right, give me 3 days, man. Give me about 3-4 days. He said, 3-4 days. What do you mean 3-4 days? He said, give me about 3-4 days, I have a script for you, man. So I'm looking at him and said, my brother, I write it, man. Who writes script in a 3-4 days? So he said, that's how long it think that script take 2-3 years for write. He said, good, but give me 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Now, God, I've been writing these scripts, but honestly, I wasn't good at them. I had an idea what I was doing. Later on, I learned that I wasn't really that good at them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I had an idea what to format them because I read enough books and I want to look behind the scene making of. Because when I decided I wrote them out, I used to watch every movie we watch it making of. I used to remember back then DVD had the extra features.
Right, the extra features, right.
Making of, and that was where I get all of my. I would go rent books from the library. You know, when I was living in New York, I think I hold the Brooklyn Library 20 or 30 books I'm writing. I need to go make a donation to the Brooklyn Library.
Yeah, you bet time before they come through.
I still have the books with the rental slipping that I never returned because I'm going back. I need this. I need to study. You know, so I used to like take like Spike Lee movies and you would turn them into books. You have the script also included in the book.
Oh, okay.
I'm not returning this shit, but it was selfish on me because of other
people could have used it. Yeah.
No, you know, but you know, I mean, you live and you learn, you know. So anyhow, I would study these things. So long story short, I went off. Remember everything went tell me. I'm just gonna lock off and start right. So me write the script. Just like I said, like 3.5 days later, they link him. He said, where you there? He said, well, go on, big man. He said, I need to show you something. He said, yeah, man. And we link up and we give him the script. And he said, I script this? I really script this? He said, yeah, man. He said, all right, now we'll read it now. Now I'll call you as soon as we don't read it. Go off and him read it. The man called me back for about 3 hours later and said, where you there? Mr. Brother, I don't want to talk to you from one see you. You know, so I see him and say, and so me kind of like say, all right, I'm going to tell me, say, I don't know what I'm going to tell me. So anyway, I'm saying, yo, the thing wicked, brother.
A 3-day script wicked, huh?
It was 87 pages.
87 pages.
87 pages. And I really, to be honest, really, in Hollywood standard, a feature starts at 90 pages, right? You know, because that's an hour and a half. Because in screenwriting world, a page is a minute of screen time.
Oh, that's it. A minute. Okay.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So you write one page, just a minute of your movie.
A minute. Oh, okay.
So really, so that's why most movies is either hour and a half or and 220 pages is 2 hours long and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying?
Unlike the Titanic, right?
Right, yeah, you know. So anyhow, the man said the thing wicked. And I said, really? And we get to a couple of the brethren and them really turn and say, yo,
Wicked.
sell off. And honestly, brother, I look on him and I said, brother, are you there now? I'm a little more sophisticated than them in the filmmaking world.
Yeah.
In the concept of filmmaking, I feel like I'm a little more sophisticated than them. So me kind of knows that the thing not really all what them I say it is.
Because you think along the line of Schindler's List, them intellectual thing that
You might be a little more critical. But then them start saying so much
that you believe.
in them. Them start convincing me, say, I hear a bunch of ignorant people about filmmaking. And you know them say ignorance is
It is bliss.
ignorance is bliss. So here we are now. I'm like, fuck, I got this thing wicked. Me start saying what I said too. And then my brethren decided, say, we're gonna make this thing.
All right, so hold on, silly. At that time, did you guys think of a budget or where the money was going to come from?
Initially, again, go back to ignorance. Initially, we said we're gonna make the thing for 60 grand.
60. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And me and him say, we're gonna make it 60 grand. That was a pipe dream. You understand?
Okay, so up to that time, did you have an idea of who the actors would be? Did you have anything in the head? No?
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. But when we start reading it now, and we start put together, when we really say we're going to make it for 60 grand. And then me learn, say, I know, so you do budget. You need to get a line producer.
Okay, all right. Mm-hmm.
All right? I mean, I said, what the fuck is a line producer? Research now. I say, all right, I'm going to this thing and because I'm really going to make a movie.
Right, okay.
Research. I mean, we need a line producer, we need a DP, we need camera department, we need wardrobe, we need all the things that we need. You know, we need special effects, we need, wrangler for the guns. You know what I mean?
So wait, did you have any experience in say filming? Did you know anything about cameras?
I've never been behind a camera before Shottas.
Oh my God.
I feel like this. I've never touched a camera before Shottas. So,
wow.
But no, me have this brethren now who turn out to be father school not tell about. Turn out to be brother. If this man tell me something, he could have jumped over that 4-story house. Nobody else can tell me something can do. You understand? Because at one point, the movie said to him, say, yo, all right, we like the script, we love it, but let's get somebody to direct it, brother. We never direct nothing before. I said, get somebody to direct it. How do you? If you not direct this, we not make it. And I said, brother, but we never direct nothing before. I said, man, just cool, man.
That's cool.
I've never had someone to motivate me. If I met that person when I first came to America as a teenager, who knows where my career and my life would have been by now.
Would have been. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And anyhow, it encouraged me. We can do it. We can do it. Anyhow, we revisited and I said, brother, we can't make this for 60 grand. I mean, when we get the line producer start giving some different numbers and so. I would have talked about, brother.
No zeros.
If you want to do it the right way, I saw it going on. But anyhow, we say, all right, you know what? We believe in it so much, we're going to do it. So, when we decide we're going to do it, now we start talking about cash.
All right, there's a saying in the film world, you don't use your own money.
Right? Yeah, they use other people's money. That's the number one.
Use other people's money. Okay, good.
But we decided, said, no, we're going to flip that on its head. You know what I mean? We're not going to route there. We're not nobody else's money for use. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So we don't know nobody in Hollywood like that where we could have get investors or nothing like that. So when we decided we're going to do it, now here come the casting part. to answer your question about. So the first person came to mind when I read it again. And the character Biggs. I'm gonna tell you before we even go to that. Let me tell you something about the script. That script that 87 pages have so many friggin' typos and bad grammar. Because years later, you know what I'm saying? I really go back and really say, after the movie became a phenomenon, after the movie became this global phenomenon, I went back and revisit the script. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You could have used a tiny paper.
It was, so much, when I said typos and shit just wrong, and, and long story short, that script, that's exact 87 pages, is now in the Museum of Motion Picture, the Library of Motion Picture in Hollywood.
Wow, that's an achievement, man. Wow, proud of you, buddy.
As one of the top foreign screenplays, foreign films.
Wow. Oh my God. With all the typos and everything.
With all the typos. You understand? With the part, the part where I'm writing the part of them do translation for in English. You know what I mean? And that's in the museum. That's in the for screenplays. Museum for screenplays.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, we're here talking with Cess Silvera, producer of the movie Shottas, and he's giving us a history of everything. Very interesting. Yes, so the casting now. How did you go about casting these characters?
So when we decided to cast, there was one person I know for sure that I wanted for the movie. I didn't sure about nobody else. I know I wanted one person. And the one person I wanted was Kimani Marley.
Why Kimani?
Huh?
Why Kimani?
Prior to that, me and Kimani became friends, right? Prior to making the movie. All right? I met Kimani through Specialist, his manager. All right? And me and Specialist, were really close. And I met, Kimani. And me and Kimani became really close to, you know what I mean? I would go on the road with Kimani and tour because he was just started out doing his singing, his music career. Have that one called Dear Dad, that he do a tribute to his father.
To that.
And so it was really buzzing, and I would go Canada and places like that with him to, and me and him became tight, right? So, and I just end up liking the guy because I'm talking about, he's one of the greatest individual, nicest person you can. It's Kimani, you know what I'm saying? No ego, no nothing. So we became friends. When I wrote it, I'm like, I want Kimani to do that role. But out of respect, I could approach Kimani myself and say, I have the script, boom, boom, boom. I go through Specialist in manager. There are protocols, right?
Right, sure.
And I'm like, Special, I have this script where I'm going to do a movie now. Specialist said, brother, you do what?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I didn't say, no disrespect, brother, but
that's not your role.
He said, man, just cool, man. I know that will come from, man. I'm going to do the movie, brother. He said, so what you want from? He said, I need Kimani to star tonight. So I said, all right, what is the script about? He said, I'm bringing the script. So I'm bringing the script. He read the script.
He said, wicked too.
He said, the thing good, man, but Kimani can't play them role. So what do you mean Kimani can't play them role? I said, nah, man, Kimani, Bob Marley's son, that man. Kimani, with him last name, man, think Kimani can't shooting and not drug dealing and none of them things, man. That thing is not good for him. Father, he have a reputation to live up to, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so him said to me, shut me down, man, and I said, shit. So I start think now, who me can get the role to, who me to. Nobody is not coming, brother, to my mind. Somebody just say, me and Kimani have a relationship. I got to approach him myself. But
you got to approach him.
I say, Kim, so I have a script for you, brother, and me give the specialist, and specialist say, you can't do it. He say, you have a script? He say, yeah. He says, but you never tell me, you have ambition for movies before. He said, I don't know if I did or not, but, right now I do.
Right now you do.
So I say, wait a minute. He said, brother, I don't want to tell him. I'm going to give it to you and you just read it and tell me what you think. So him say, you check specialist already? He said, that's why I check you, become a check specialist so you can't do it. So him said, damn, why am I can't do it? He said, brother, this is not good for your reputation and the legacy and all that thing. He said, that bad.
My God.
He said, I don't know if it's that bad. So I said, tell me what you think about him. I said, yo, it's a gangster thing, man. Just take it and read it. So I give it to him and read it. Yo, I swear to you, sir, that hour and a half later, Timani called me back and said, yo, I don't give a fuck what specialist says. I'm doing this move with you. Him said, you really going to do it for real? No, but I waste my time with the brother and I'll start, tell people something I'm going to do it and then Timani, if you in, the things are go.
It's a go, right?
And him said, brother, I'm in.
All right. So you get Kimani now.
So I have Kimani locked.
So let's move on to Sprag events.
The next so now you know. Next person you want a Super Cat.
Oh, you don't want Cat, okay.
Cat. Want Cat to play a win. So I'm reach out to Cat. I'm reach out to Cat now and say, yo, can we reach out to him through one manager? I think the manager named Fred, some white guy by name of Fred or something like that. I'm reach out to Fred and I reach out to Cat through a brethren. I have a brethren named Charles again. Charles went to St. Mary's High, right? Charles from America better. All right, me and Charles was, young in my age group, so you probably don't remember.
Okay.
So I'm used to bully Charles and beat him up for the yeah, Charles become brethren, right? And so Charles come America and then me and him link up. And Charles end up in the music business. Charles managed Spragga Benz at the time, was a manager.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we reach out to Charles not to get Spragga. We reach out to Charles to get a link with Supercat.
Supercat, okay.
I never know nobody and them, me more know people in the hip hop world, like Wyclef and all them guys,
right.
A friend and all them things, Cause like now, so me kind of deep in the hip hop thing because me did a Def Jam for a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so me kind of forge relationship, with my brethren Peter Thomas. I don't know if you're familiar with Peter Thomas. Peter Thomas is this guy that he's on this reality show. He used to be on this reality show called Real Housewife of Atlanta.
I never watched that.
Yeah, he's in the restaurant business now. But Peter Thomas, Peter Thomas is not my big brother, So Peter had a record deal at Def Jam, and when I leave Miami, move to New York. Him bring say, yo, come run with me, come, so me, and I start come and meet a lot of people in the industry.
A lot of people, okay, good.
So me reach out to Cat. First thing, so reach out to Cat. Fred start asking me about money, right?
Oh, okay.
So I don't really want to discuss the money with Fred. I want to discuss money with Cat because if me and Cat talk, we can discuss a different type of money.
Okay, good.
So me kind of reach out to Cliff, to Charles Higgins, and Charles said, yeah, man, I have Cat number, man. So Charles reach out to Cat personally and link me, and me and Cat up on the phone. First thing Cat's up on the phone, come on the phone. So, brother, how much money you have? I said, Cat, is that look a thing where you brother, we don't know how much money that's going on, man, start quote some price, and I said, why? Man, I try to take the whole budget.
Damn.
Yo, Mr. Cess, remember this now. I'm money make the mirror running up. I never forget that statement. That probably about 5 years after Shottas become this crazy thing, and we remind me with my recording studio in the Bronx. I'm reminding about the phone, and the man say, yo, I remember the phone call and says, the phone call, I regret the most. Regret. Right? So anyhow, so when Cat turned me on, so the next person reach out to us, Bounty Killer.
Oh, Bounty.
Yeah. Bounty become a big Bounty Killer. Bounty Killer is probably my favorite dancehall artist of all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I may have a lot of friends in a dancehall, but Bounty Killer is my favorite, right? So reach out to Bounty Killer, and Bounty Killer question was, yo, brother, I want to do something straight, straight to DVD thing now. If a DVD thing now, do me night, You know see it? And when I said that, I take it personal. And I just X him off of the list and say, all right.
X him off of the list.
Yeah. So I did and I start thinking, and I say, fuck, no Supercat, no Bounty. Let me turn to Charles and say, yo, Charles, you manage Spragger, don't you? I say, yeah. Now I wonder how long you go wait for asking about Spragger. I said, Charles.
Yeah.
And I said, brother, say, from a watch Spragger video, them and all them thing, man. I meet Spragger a couple times before that in person too. So I'm kind of pick up on him.
On the vibes.
So Spragger could have killed the role there. And him say, you think so? I say, yeah, man. I said, brother, talk to Spragger. And see Spragger will do it. And go to Spragger and then give Spragger the script. And Spragger like say, yo, me in. I'm gonna say, you see the energy work? We never have to fight with him.
No fighting.
Try to convince him, you know what I mean?
Sink our swimming in there.
Just like Kimani. So I'm gonna get me 2 main star them. Just without any kind of hand wrangling or anything like that.
All right. No, bad boy Campbell. Bad boy Paul.
Paul Campbell. So Charles again, because Charles have all the link now.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
But Charles now, because as a matter of fact, if you look in this credit as Shottas, I credit Charles as casting director.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah, so you look at the credits and the credits are run, you see casting director Charles Higgins. You know? Yeah. So because he helped me with getting so many
of them.
right?
Mm.
So him link Paul. So I fly to New York to meet with Paul. We meet at the Double Up Hotel in a Union Square.
Union Square. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we meet and we talk, and Paul now is a different character, you know. Paul one of the greatest talent, but just a different character. You know, let me say there's a thin line between genius and insanity. I don't know if that would sound that weird, but Paul is a piece of work. You understand?
Wait, is he anything like the characters he portrays?
Huh?
Is he anything like the characters he portrays?
Not at all.
Not at all.
That's a crazy thing. I think Paul Campbell is one of the most versatile actors ever. I think he can play any character. I don't understand it, because I think Paul Campbell could be a leading man in American movies. I don't understand how all them years he never really take the leap, because I got him a role in an Ice Cube movie, because Ice Cube become breaking, right? And I did this movie called First Sunday. And Ice Cube called me, right? And he said, yo, I'm doing this movie, yo. I watch your movie Shottas, man. And I'm telling you, man, you know, I want that dude who played Teddy Bruckshot. That's Louis Rankin.
Yeah, Louis Rankin, right?
I want Louis. But I think Louis get in some situation, and you know, God bless the dead, you know, he couldn't move around or he wanted to move around, right?
Right, okay.
So I know I was aware of it. So I explained to Cube, say, you know, Louis kind of busy now with some other things, and him can't. I will reach out to him, but him can't commit to it, which wasn't really true. But
yeah,
but I got the next best thing for you, though. He said, "Who that?" I said, "Bro, you gotta fuck with my guy who played Mad Max, man, Paul Campbell."
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah." I said, "I like his character, but man, he's not no Teddy Bruckshot, though, man." I said, "Trust me, man. Any character you want this guy to play, he could play a priest, and he could play one of the most sinister person there is." And I strongly believe that.
Okay.
And I convinced Cube. And Cube reached out to Paul people and he got the role. In, you know, if you watch Ice Cube movie, First Sunday it's called.
I've never seen that. I'm gonna check it out.
You watch it, man. Paul played a big role in it, you know.
Okay.
So anyhow, but Paul is a strange one. So we reach out, we had to meet, and that was the first, out of everybody now, that was the first head bumping situation. You know?
Yeah.
You know, it never got as smooth as it was supposed to go. But it worked out, and we say, all right. So we lock him in.
No, my boy, Louis Rankin. How you get him now?
Louis, no.
Teddy Bruckshot.
You hear how Louis thing work. So now when it come and I said me want Louis to play Teddy Bruckshot. I know that.
Okay.
So when we decide Louis now, my brethren in father school, when we say, yo, when I say, you know, we want to play Teddy. And him say, who? He said, Louis Rankin. And I see him smile. And Chuck say, yo, man, me have Louis number, man. Charles, so me have Louis number, man. Father said, don't worry about that, man. Just relax. So where this I go? Father pick up his phone and call and put on speaker. And a man hear the voice. Blood, fire, walk on father screw. And Louis, right now he takes you out on Louis. So you know Louis, man, Louis a virgin. Alright, so my virgin. So once him call Louis and tell Louis, he said, Louis, me I do a movie, you know. I'm watching the movie, you know. Louis say, yo, what the plane ticket me send the thing.
Ready. Man, the ball ready, man.
they were bridging like that. You understand?
Okay.
And I saw I would take my time and start filling the role. Why Clef? Me reach out to Clef because I'm Clef breaking and I say, yo, well, you know, I never really want to get Clef the role, but at the time, it was I gave Clef the role to seduce him to do the music because I wanted to do the soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
And you know, White Clef was the hottest thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So you know, I wanted to. I don't know if I was gonna get a good because I see him did. He did this movie long time ago called Hip Hop Opera, something like that. And I was like, man, he's horrible. You know what I'm saying? But then my thing was, it may have to be a trade-off to get his music.
Forget his music, okay.
And I said, sure. Me said, no, I was a good enough director where I could get him to play the character the way I wanted to play it. So I'm going to take a chance and give him the roles, just to get him to do the music. I mean, him agree to do the music, right? And that didn't work out in the long run. Anyhow, I had to get rid of his music because later on, when the thing become popular, numbers change and all them thing there, and you know, numbers where we discuss change, you know, like
change, right? Yeah, you know that would happen.
So long story short, it was Steve Marley who ended up did the score, the original.
Steve. Okay.
The score, which was a good enough, big enough, and even with a better energy to better vibe, because with Steve and Kimani, I ended up getting access to Bob Marley's music.
Okay, I see.
Work out. You know,
yeah, there was a method in the madness, huh?
Yeah, you know, and then as it goes along, it's also funny because I thought there was gonna be some kind of pushback because you know the Marley thing is like a hierarchy, you know.
Yep.
It's like a hierarchy. You have Ziggy, you have Boom, you have that. You know what I'm saying? But when Kimani agreed to do it, and then his brothers were supportive of it, I'm like, man,
you got clear.
There was no pushback. So
wait, let me ask something. There was a tall guy in it, the one who walked with the shotgun. Who was he?
Oh, that's Beast. That was Wyclef. That's Wyclef's bodyguard.
Oh, okay.
Bodyguard.
That's one. Then who the heck is this guy?
Where I had to give him that role.
You have to give.
It was like a package deal with him and Wyclef.
Oh, okay.
You know.
All right. So, Cess, tell me about some of the incidents while filming. First, how long did it take to film?
We shot the movie in 28 days.
Rotten.
28 days, 2 countries.
28 days. My God, 28 days.
Let me give you some joke first, though, before we go on that.
Yeah, man, yeah.
That's some rehearsal joke, right?
All right, first one more here about Teddy Brookshot and that X-Star and X-Scott.
All right.
Wait, by the way, people, for all the viewers, there's going to be some colorful language in here. I hope no kids are watching. All right? Okay, but this is straight from the movie.
Yeah. So, we in rehearsal. Now when we really do a movie now. So, I'm ready now, we rent this office space on Biscayne Boulevard, Miami, you know? Real office space. We hire production assistants and people who know a little bit more than us, you know? How to run an office and them things. We don't know how to do them thing there. So we hire them people. And we have a real operational run because we get ready to shoot a movie, you know? So...
Wait, you didn't know anything about getting permits and all that stuff?
Oh, yeah, well, the people that we hire. They handling all that.
All right.
And stuff like that. They handling all the logistics. Stuff, you know, all logistical stuff, right? So, because... what Father Screw really wanted me to do, and he was really good at this. He kind of created a barrier between anything logistical or any other thing. He wanted me to focus on the creative.
Focus on the creative side of it. Good.
The guy just know better than I did he knew my creative force better than I did. I didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, good.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, man, makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect sense.
He knew better than I did that I was a good director.
All right.
And I was a good screenwriter. He know that better than I did. So what he did, he created a barrier. It's like, he created a barrier where, you cannot get to me unless you go through him.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm.
I wanted me to focus on the directing, right?
Directing part.
And the whole creative part of it. So flew in Louis Rankin. We flew in everybody. We flew Kimani. I think Kimani was in Miami. We flew in Spraga from Jamaica. And with everybody now, because when we're really locked in after we have a shoot, so we need like 2 to 3 weeks of rehearsal. So we're flying everybody now. So now we have put up everybody now in these friggin' expensive hotels on South Beach.
And everybody come with an entourage, right?
Everybody come with 2-3 people. Don't ask me why we never put them in Days in and all them places. You know what I'm saying?
You live and you learn, man.
Yeah, you live and you learn. We have put them up. So we have put them up at the Delano and all that.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, I remember one guy incidental. I won't say who he is. When shit was all over, his incidental bill was 40-something grand. And we had to pay.
What the rotted?
Yeah, I won't say who it is. But anyway,
you won't use him again, right?
But anyhow, no, use him again since too. Me and done another project since.
Oh, okay.
But anyhow, so rehearsal, we have a rehearsal space. Cause same place where we rent the office, we rent a rehearsal space too.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we're rehearsing, everybody. It was like around 60 people. This place is hot, it's musty, you know what I'm saying? It was in April, and humidity, humidity in Miami and all them.
Yep.
Right? So we're rehearsing. Everybody now come with them entourage, everybody with them 10 different girlfriend and everybody, and so we're there now and we rehearse. So the scene come up. The scene in Junior's restaurant.
Yep.
Where when the guys first came back from Jamaica and they went to go find Teddy Brockshot at Junior's. You remember that scene there?
Right. Then come on, it was in London, right?
Yeah, and we saw when I'm sure for the restaurant now. That's the scene where I rehearse, right?
Mm-hmm.
I rehearse the scene. So the scene got nowhere. Kimani, which is Biggs and Wayne and Mad Max, they're supposed to rush into the restaurant.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Jam Teddy Brockshot and him guys them.
Right.
Wall and all them things. So here comes the scene where Biggs have him gonna Brockshot head and say, yo, Teddy, you hear me? If you sell a Kia Coke, half of mine.
Mm-hmm.
If you sell a nickel bag half of that a blood clot mine. And him say, yeah, you hear me, sir? And him a go on like, him not hear, so boom, Biggs cock the gun and him ears. My eyes wide open. So me hear you, brother, me hear you. And then him say, yeah, hear me, Biggs? Oh, escort your blood clot, escort you.
That's a funny scene of the whole movie.
Let me tell you something. Everybody inside the rehearsal room was on the floor. The shit was so funny, right? So funny. But then my brother father school, he was a very intense person, right? But when I read along, I didn't realize that Louis messed up with the script. Because the word is supposed to be extort.
Extort.
You understand? So you kind of get a little way about it to like, I want Louis Virgin. I mess up little stuff. But when I see the reaction, and everything, something just went through me because I saw the visceral reaction. I'm like, we keeping this. Everybody else was like, you made a mistake. I thought it was funny, but I said, we're keeping that. That's when we're shooting Louis. Remember this. Escort me, brother.
That was funny, man.
Like, that's just crazy. I'm like, nope, I didn't write that word, but we keeping it.
You keep it.
So down, I went to shoot. As a matter of fact, we were shooting, and he said it correctly. He said, extort.
I'm
like, no, cut. And I go back and I said, Louis, Remember when we rehearsed our brethren and we talked about this, brethren? So we shoot, read another tape, and he do it the right way. He said, "Escort, yeah, escort me no big." I know Kimani is so good at it. Kimani is so like an honest toe type of actor.
Wait. So hold on. Kimani's response wasn't planned.
No. Kimani's response is again. That's another Kimani. That wasn't in the script. That's true. I mean, I wrote a good script and direct a great movie, but there's some good things that happen. Some of your favorite things were not in the script.
In the script, okay, just add it.
I'm not gonna take credit for everything because I got to give the guys their roses.
Yeah.
So Kimani's response was such and short. You know when we were,
Yeah.
Why the word is extort.
It worked because
it wasn't in the script for Kimani to say that.
I tell you, listen. Anybody watch a movie, remember that little scene, and when him leaving the restaurant, who come up with that idea when him say we're back in full effect?
Oh no, that was in the script.
That was in the script, okay.
Yeah. That wasn't the script. Another scene, another quick line that wasn't in the script. Was another favorite line. You remember when it went and they robbed Fat Man?
Yeah.
The weed and everything, and him say, "Yo, take the weed and left the money, no?" All right, that's in the script. Take the weed and left the money, right? Was in the script.
Yeah, but that's
Kimani's response was not in the script. When Kimani said, "Take the what and left the what," that
was just spontaneous.
That's like probably millions of people's favorite, one of their favorite lines. Because Shottas is still one of the most relevant online. If you go right now and Twitter, and you do a Twitter search right now, if you want to do it, I don't know if you have Twitter, if you're on Twitter, but if you go on Twitter right now and you search Shottas, right now you will see discussions about the movie. I'm talking about right now. 27th of what month this is? December 22. You will see people having discussions about Shottas. Shottas is my favorite movie. They're quoting lines about Shottas. Shottas right now. Oh, I never watched Shottas before. Oh, my dad put me up on Shottas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait. Over the summer, you guys had some streaming deal.
Oh yeah, I did a deal. With a couple streaming platforms, man, and it was one of the most streamed. It was one of the most streamed during the COVID, the height of the COVID. It was one of the most streamed movies on all streaming platforms.
All right. So, with the success of the movie, how do you feel having eclipsed a legend like Harder They Come in the psyche of Jamaicans? How do you feel?
As sacrilegious as it sounds for me to say, a lot of people say it, and it's hard because still, Harder They Come is in one of my top 5 favorite movies.
When you top 5 favorite movies,
and a couple others, but Goodfellas and all of that. But Harder They Come, it have a special place in my heart because, like I said, it's one of the first movies I've seen in a movie theater. And it was Jamaican, you know what I mean? It was
right.
Culture. It was representing the culture for what it was at that time in the 70s. You know what I mean? So it holds a special place in my heart, But it's something to behold, because
it's what 20 years now?
It's gonna be 20 years next year.
Next year, okay. Wow.
Right, yeah. So, and I'm gonna do a 20-year anniversary, something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm gonna.
All right. Before we go on to,
let me finish this thought. Shottas, Sarge, is the most successful, acclaim-wise, financially, all that. Is the most successful movie to ever come out of the Caribbean.
Out of the Caribbean, wow.
And it's also up there with one of the most successful black gangster movies in the world.
Which one? Which one would rank?
from if you want to talk about what was that New Jack City.
Oh, New Jack City. Okay.
Okay, you want to talk about Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
Minister Society. Shottas is right up there with them.
Right up there with them. Right. No, before we even go on to before we move on to the future, can you give us an approximate figure of how much was spent on the movie? It didn't reach $500,000.
Yeah, it did.
It did.
I ain't gonna give you an exact number, but it was over $1 million.
Over $1 million.
Yeah.
And can you give us a ballpark figure of how much it grossed?
Oh man. I rather not.
Regardless of a number, me a good friend again, all right? Because your bank account is supposed to really fat.
All right. I don't like talk money numbers, you know.
I understand. No, let me ask you, what are your plans for the future?
My future is to keep making movies. You know, another thing I did, over the years, a lot of people didn't hear about me because I spent a lot of years. I was doing a lot of writing, and also I spent a lot of years. I built a huge movie studio, black-owned independent movie studio in Miami.
In Miami, whoa.
Yeah, where I have everything in-house. Where I have
everything
from cameras, grip trucks, lighting trucks, wardrobe trailers, dressing rooms, you name it, production space, I mean, the only person that came on the clips that was Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. Wow.
Tyler is to a whole nother level. But as a kid that come out of Church Street, Bale Israel,
wow, man.
8 years old, I built that. You know what I mean?
Wow. And that is fantastic.
My plan is to duplicate that in Jamaica. Within the next 5 years in Port Mario.
In Port Mario, okay.
It's a query we have to have a talk and see how.
All right, yeah, man. I'm sure he'll be open to any suggestion you have. But any other movie in the works,
Yeah, well, I have the Shottas TV series I'm working on right now.
Well, stop. A Shottas TV series.
TV series. That's in the works.
I mean, like TV once a week.
Once a week, episode every Sunday night type thing.
Oh wow. I will never get that wrong with that, sir.
As much as I can say about it for right now, though.
All right, we'll be listening. But like your main roads into the black movie thing, I'm gonna mention a few names, and in 30 seconds, just tell me what you think about him. People like Will Packer. What do you think about him?
Will Packer is my friend.
Will Packer is your friend. Mm-hmm.
Good friend. Will Packer.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What about Roderick Johnson?
Roderick Johnson. Who's that? I don't know that.
He's another black movie producer. I can't remember right off the bat what are some of the names of his movies. But all right, Tyler. What do you think about Tyler Perry?
Tyler, man. Tyler's one word I would say. I would use for Tyler is inspirational. Or hero. Tyler done what no other black man has ever done in the history of filmmaking. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can. Me and Tyler, we don't make the same type of movies. Mm-hmm. Nobody can say a bad word to me about Tyler Perry.
About the man.
Tyler has done, man. I don't know. Tyler's eclipsed dreams, and you know what I'm saying, bro. Tyler is a treasure. We need to really protect him.
Yeah, and he's opened up the door for so. And he's opened up the door for so many black actors and actresses. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You know, Tyler is a black.
1 minute.
Tyler is.
Sorry.
Man, I don't know. I can't put it.
He's a pioneer. All right.
Man.
What about Spike?
Spike is legend. Legendary.
Spike is a legend. All right.
Yeah, that's the only word I could use for Spike. It's legendary.
Which would you?
And also what I like about Spike is he's unapologetic about his art, about what he does.
What he does, okay.
You don't care how political it want to be. He's gonna tell it, and he's gonna tell it from the most truthful place as a creator. He's gonna give it to you raw, and I love that about him.
All right. Let me move on to some white ones. Spielberg.
Spielberg. Yeah, I mean, come on, this is a guy who's making movies since he was 17. And he's still at the top of his game right now.
Still at the top of his game.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Hollywood icon.
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott was just genius. And Tony Scott to his brother, both of them. Were like, I love every one of their movies.
What about Cameron? James Cameron.
James Cameron. You know what I like about James Cameron? I like James Cameron's story because I read how he gets started, man. And he's James Cameron is great. Avatar, come on, bro. It doesn't get no bigger than Avatar. You know what I'm saying? And his wife is a great filmmaker too. A lot of people.
The wife,
Oh yeah, she.
Wait. Avatar was Cameron?
Oh yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies. Not for the storyline, not for the storyline, but the scenery.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I love that, man.
He's making the sequel right now.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. If you were to name one movie, your favorite movie of all time, what would it be?
Whoa. That's a big one.
Your favorite movie?
The Champ.
The Champ? Mm-hmm.
You remember The Champ?
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. For a man like you with your background.
Let me tell you why The Champ.
Mm.
I watched The Champ when I was a little boy in Jamaica.
Mm.
I watched at one of my friend's house in Mamidi. And I broke down crying when I was watching it because The Champ is with what's his name? Oh my God, why am I blanking on now? John Voight, Faye Dunaway, and Ricky Schroeder. You remember little Ricky Schroeder?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's grown now, but when Ricky Schroeder was when they shoot The Champ, Ricky Schroeder was probably like 7, 8 years old, and it was about this kid who never met his dad. Never really know his dad, and his mom got remarried and decided to give him up. His dad was a trainer at a racetrack. He's a washed-up boxer.
Mm.
I know he's training horse, horse manure and stuff at the racetrack. At the time, I think it was Flamingo Park Racetrack in Miami. And then she show up in her limousine and drop this kid off to his dad, and the dad was all messed up. He's a drunk and everything, and he really don't have time for the kid, but the kid really want to get to know his dad.
That resonates with you. Mm-hmm.
Because it reminds me, even with my stepmother, all I wanted my stepmother to do all those years was one day to just call me her son.
Just one year. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My dad has never hugged me. My dad told me he loved me in the same time when I told him about the incident why I didn't finish high school, which was 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
As grown as I am, I hear those words. You know what I'm saying? So this was a little boy that was trying to forge a relationship with his father. His father's a washed-up boxer, and his father decided everybody wanted to get back into boxing, but he had no. He didn't believe that he could do it. No confidence. Only person, his biggest fan was this little boy. So his little boy would get him when he drunk, come home drunk. His little boy would wake him up early in the morning and get him coffee, whatever, so he could go jog and start getting back in shape. And finally, he get him father ready, and we decided to take on a fight. And the kid was in the ring with the trainer and everything. He's in the ring to like his hype man. Remember like Muhammad Ali have the hype man?
Yeah,
whatever his name was. So his father's hype man in the ring. Come on, champ, get him, champ, hit him, champ. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you got it, champ, you got it. And his dad is hearing him, and as his dad hears him, his dad is putting it on his opponent. And long story short, the fight carried on until champ died in the ring. And when he dropped dead, the kid thought he just got knocked out. And the kid is over him and like crying, get up, champ, champ, you gotta win this one, champ, you gotta win this one, get up. And his father was dead. And he just tore him up. And so the emotional aspect of it is my favorite.
It's your favorite thing.
And then after I become a father and have my own children, which I had some great children. My oldest, I got 6 kids. I got 5 boys, 1 daughter. My oldest is a producer in LA. All right. My second one, my daughter, she's an attorney, entertainment attorney. All right. My other son, he plays football in Chicago. All right, and he's also in the filmmaking business also. Then my other son is a starting D tackle at the University of Miami.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
made the clear for the NFL this year. You
This
know,
year, okay. Mm-hmm.
and then my other son who follow him, he's a designer, design his own clothing line and everything. And then my youngest, my baby boy, he just graduated high school with a bunch of offers to go to all type of different D1 colleges to play football. So, you know, I've done good, you know.
Yes, so the boy,
accomplishment, you know.
The boy from the top of Church Street turned out real good, man.
Church Street used to walk barefoot.
Turned out real good, man. But
yeah, so
seriously, says when that thing with the Shottas TV series come on, please let us know.
No, man, I'll come back anytime you're ready, man.
Please let us know.
I'll come back and you know, and talk about and let you know what's going on, man. But it would be. I can't end this without talking a little more, just a little bit. Give me a couple minutes.
Yeah, man, go ahead, man.
My father's crew, because I call him my brother.
Uh-huh.
You know, like I said, it was one of the biggest loss that I ever had. I don't know if you understand that Shottas was bootleg for like. I did Shottas in 2001, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shottas was bootleg for 5 years, probably 6 years straight. I didn't get a deal for Shottas until 2006.
Good God.
And right before I got the deal for the whole kind of bootleg, now the bootleg though was a blessing and it was a curse. All right? Because the word is it's the most bootleg movie of all time. There came out over 3 million copies were sold. I had bootleggers that were sending me money through Western Union because one guy called me and said, yo, I find the number through a friend of mine, and I feel guilty because I made so much money off your movie, I can't sleep at night. The guy told me the story that he leave the Bronx with 500 copies to go to DC, and he sold off by the time he get to Delaware, and he was selling each copy for $20.
Oh, wow. Woo.
All right? And he said that was the first money I ever made off Shottas. Me and father would laugh about it. He sent me $1,500 through Western Union. This was probably like around 2003, 2004. 1,500 like 3 different times. You know,
wow.
Like, so that was the first money we made off Shottas.
At least some people have a little spark of good in them.
And I had other incident like that. So many bootleg stories. You know what I mean? So anyhow, before I'll take up a bootleg story, but with Father's Crew, he's the best thing that ever happened to me, bro.
Best thing.
To a father figure and a real big brother that I ever had.
Uh-huh.
You know, for somebody that it's not like you, I know you all my life and grew up. I never met this person through another individual, and through our common goals and common passion, click. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, it was unbreakable.
Okay.
You know, right up until his death. You know, and he died in 2005, like 45 minutes after me and him got off the phone.
Oh,
and
gosh.
2 days before I got the deal for the deal.
Oh, jeez.
So he never lived to see.
He never really reaped
in the works. You know, and I told him, because he was back in DC while I was in LA. I moved to LA, I live in LA at the time, and me and him would talk 4 or 5 times a day, you know. And that was the saddest part, was that he didn't live to see me, you know, close the deal, you know. And but I put one of the final copy of the contract in his casket.
Okay. Whoa. That's touching.
You know.
That's touching.
So that's
something else. Something else.
This Shottas thing, man. All this. I wouldn't have a career in filmmaking without Father's Crew.
Okay.
No.
Wait. Something else. I know you might not want to bring it up, but Young Louis ranking with his passing.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah. Me and Louis had a little falling out because you remember the same guy was telling that he's the guy that I met Father's Crew through. Turned out to be a real fuck up, like a real asshole. You know, But jealousy is a hell of a thing. You know what I'm saying? And you have some people because they were there when you start something, because they were there.
They were there.
Doing it, but they were just there.
They didn't do anything. They were there.
And they feel like they're entitled.
Entitled to a part of it.
To whatever it is your success is. Or you can't do enough to get them to be like, oh yeah, okay, I got that, let me chill. You don't need to carry them on your back for eternity.
Hang around, man. Hang around.
So this was
first.
So this is a guy that, long story short, I'm gonna just, this guy went on to become a man. I can't even explain. This guy sued me, have me tied up in court for like 8 years, cost me over, man, I don't even want to put numbers, how much money I spent on lawyers and all that, with a bunch of lies. Start putting, social media. You would go on social. I don't do social media, and I'm not gonna go on social media and having no social media beef. Look at me. I got gray hair. I got kids. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm waiting to be a grandfather any day now.
Any day now.
Anyone, my youngest is 17. He can bring home a baby tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? What do I look like having internet beef with grown ass man that he himself can be a grandfather? You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, he did that, and it's a long story because me and Father School, before Father School died, we found out some things and we cut him off, and he never got over that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He never got over that, and then. Right after Father School died now, because you know how it is, it's like dead man tell no tale. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They make a bunch of story and say he did this and he did that, and and it's in America you could store a ham sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
True, that's true.
So I have to go defend that and spend money and lawyers to defend it while they're slandering my name and doing all type of shit. But you know what, bro? Like I said, look where I come from. I come from Church Street. From Bailey'sville. You can't do nothing to me that I haven't seen, that I've not, you know what I'm saying?
Been there, done that.
You can't put me to nowhere worse. And the good thing about it, if I should ever go back to Jamaica, I'm not going back to Church Street. I mean, I go visit.
Yep.
I go there every time I go to Jamaica. That's where I'm at.
That's where you go.
But I'm not going back to the 2-room board house. You bet your life that's not where I'm going to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like they say you can't go back home,
No, I'm not going back there. My thing is on another level, So,
right.
So what can you really do to me? Slandering and all them type of stuff. Man, that's for girls, and I'm not gonna waste my time. My God has blessed me where, Sarge, I have over 200 screenplays written, registered, copyrighted with the Library of Congress.
Oh my God!
Saying? I made a lot of money in America.
Man, you are for someone who never liked school, boy, you are a prolific writer.
I didn't learn to read until 8 years old.
8 years old.
Figure that. And I've sold screenplays in America for a living.
Wow.
For lots of money.
Let me ask something. Have you ever had an interest in music?
I did. I started out in music initially because when I used to make money and all them, I did dibble dabbling. I built a recording studio in Jamaica. I buy a piece of property in Fort Mario, overlooking the ocean right there up by the fire station there. Don't say this.
Yeah. One day we have to talk about that story, right?
Beautiful piece of property up there, and I built a recording studio up there in this was like 1996, 97. And Polygon and all of them, they wanted to do the music, and I built a recording studio, shipping equipment and all that, and then the artists them that they start, you have these musicians, when they go in the studio, once they record 2 songs, they feel like they're superstar.
Yep.
And then it become a headache, and all of that. And I even get these guys visas to come to America, work and all of that. And then I realized that, no man, this is too much headache. It's not worth it. So that's when we just don't.
One day, listen, we're going to leave that for a part 2. We're going to have to talk again, right? Because there's a lot you have done and a lot you're doing that some people don't know about. All your charity work with the schools in Jamaica. So we'll have to come back to that another time. Yes. But Cess, let me tell you, I appreciate the fact that you took time out. I take up nearly 2 hours of your time where you could be spending with family. And on behalf of all the viewers, man, listen, we wish you all the best. We are proud of you. St. Mary is proud of another one of her sons. We rejoice in your success, and you deserve all the accoutrements that come with it. So, Cess, listen, man, thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Good luck and good health, man. And I hope we do this in another. I hope we can do this 30 years from now. Another episode, you know.
Yeah, man. And with that new series, keep us posted. Please let everybody know.
Yes,
please let everybody, because
I'll come on here when and give the release date and all that.
All right. Cess, thank you, man.
Heal up, Alan Arif, man.
Yeah, man. Easy. Cool, boss.
Blessed love.
Take care, man. Easy.